Give this a few seconds here. Hopefully everything will be okay. What's going on, everybody? Thought I would just pop in here real quick. Not much going on today, obviously. So all these days, as we all know, seem to kind of run together a little bit, unfortunately. So thought I would come outside. It was nice, have a little cigar, little bourbon. Time at this point is seems to be a little irrelevant for the most part. So, but it's a nice day. Thought I would get outside a little bit and see how everybody was doing. So. G to the M, how's it going, buddy? Belgium, so what time is it there for you? Probably late in the evening, I'm guessing. Maybe not too late, but. So yeah, so if anyone cares, this is a 9 p.m. Well, thanks for jumping on, I appreciate it. I don't know if you're a cigar smoker or not, but it's a little Jericho Hill. I won this in a sample pack not long ago, but it's really nice. Nice, kind of mild, and a little bit of spice to it, but nice and creamy, which is kind of what I like. So, and it's a little early. I think it's only about 2 o'clock here. So, little smoke wagon, uncut and unfiltered, because, well, why not? Every day is pretty much the same anymore. So, but. How's everybody else doing? Everyone staying safe and healthy, hopefully? Yeah, it's just a nice day. So more of a weed and bourbon guy. Okay. All right, good. A little E.H. Taylor barrel proof, 129.3. Nothing wrong with that at all. So that's a. You know, if you get into all the value bourbons and all of that are out there these days, for us in our area, you know, you're talking about probably $65 or something like that. So it's a really nice value, you know, bourbon in terms of what it is that you get. 12 years old, you know, it's just a great bourbon. I mean, it could be, you know. They could probably charge a heck of a lot more for the Elijah Craig barrel proof than they do, and I'm glad they don't. That's one of those bourbons that everybody always seems to really, really love, and they've kept it at a pretty moderate, you know, price for the most part, which is nice. So, I don't know if anybody's had the any of the Smoke Wagon uncut and unfiltered, but it's an absolutely fantastic pour. So great. Goes great with, oh, you have the E.H. Taylor barrel proof. Sorry about that. I read it before. I thought it was the Elijah Craig barrel proof. So yeah, E.H. Taylor barrel proof, even better. What year is that from? Interested. I have the, I've got one of the, actually, you know what? That might be the 2018, maybe 2019. I'm trying to remember which one that was, but I had one from 2018 that was absolute. Okay, 2019. So I had one from 2018 that was absolutely incredible. I've got some of that downstairs, but yeah. Anyway, this is the I've got a little bit of the Smoke Wagon uncut, unfiltered, sourced MGP. You know, they're doing an absolutely fantastic job with it. So. You know, and that's the thing with a lot of people. They get, you know, into whether or not things are sourced and all of that. But, you know, as long as they're transparent about things, I think nowadays most people don't care. I mean, MGP has always put out some pretty good juice for the most part. You know, and, you know, Smoke Wagon, I mean, if you guys follow him on Instagram, he does an absolutely fantastic job on the marketing side. I mean, big cigar guy, blends bourbons and stuff very, very well. So he's doing a great job with all of that. So, but yeah, and you kind of, when you get into, yeah, probably one of those things where you end up having to, I'm guessing, I don't know, G to the M, you let me know, do you guys get quite a bit of, stuff out that way? You know, are you having to, do you get many bourbons, I should say, in your area? And these high proof bourbons, they just really go well with a good medium bodied cigar. So this is again the Jericho Hill. So I had a Crown Heads a little while ago, and they do an absolutely fantastic job. They put together a really nice blend in their cigars. So one thing you don't want to do with a cigar is puff on the thing, you know, too much. You know, you get into, it'll just burn too hot. It'll start to get to the point where it'll taste nasty on you. It'll get bitter, all of that. So, I mean, it's meant to take your time with it. So, and the cigar, it's one of those things where it's fun to sit down with some buddies, have a good pour. I mean, unfortunately, we're, hey, Matt, how's it going, buddy? Cheers, bud. Hopefully you and the wife and the kids are staying healthy. So I don't know if you're a cigar guy or not, but I figured it's Saturday, it's someday, I don't know, it's all they've all run into each other nowadays. So I figured for me and you get a nice day. And hey, Trev, how's it going? You get a nice day, and I mean, I haven't had the ability or luxury to be able to enjoy many cigars for the most part, and wanted to. Hey, Gilbert, how's it going, bud? So yeah. Oh, and Matt, by the way, congrats on the 1,000 subs, bud. You're killing it. So your stuff's great. Appreciate what you do, and you just kind of brought some, you know, some much needed entertainment to everybody. So you know, you do a fantastic job. So yeah, I was just saying before, you just get to the point where you want to kind of kick back, you know, enjoy whatever the nice days are that we get, you know, with all this social distancing and everything going on. It just gets to the point where you start to almost get kind of worn out from the whole entire, you know, thing, and you want to get back to whatever, you know, normal is. I mean, I don't think many of us even hardly know what that is anymore, unfortunately. So I figured, why not have a nice cigar, kind of kick back and have a nice little pour. And I mean, time is irrelevant at this point anymore. I don't give two shits about, you are a big sexy goofball. Nothing wrong with that at all, man. You do a fantastic job. But yeah, I mean, this is all, you know, what we all do. And hey, Jeffrey, how's it going, bud? I've not forgotten about you. Don't worry. Your sample will come. You know, but yeah, it's just gotten to the point where, you know, we all want to kind of get back to normal, and the more we can do all this staying at home stuff, I get it, you know, it's starting to get old at this point, but the more we, you know, do it, the quicker we can get back to, you know, normal and all of that. So, but, you know, it's an odd and strange time. So, you know, I figured for when we get these times, or when I can get outside and, you know, have a cigar, or kick back and have a good pour with whatever it may be, you know, those are the times you know, you kind of really look forward to. And you get a couple of nice days. Now I'm in Wisconsin, so we haven't had, and we're in the early part of spring basically, so we haven't had very many nice days yet. So I just thought, what the hell, kind of pop on, see if there was anybody else who didn't have anything going on on a Saturday, and kind of just shoot the shit a little bit. So yeah, definitely having some nice pours, you know, helps. So it's just, you got to slow this whole thing down, and you got to make the best of it. That's the thing with this whole deal, is that I think everybody's, you know, gotten a good chance to kind of get some good quality family time and all of that. And obviously nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you know, you've got to try to, you know, make a little bit of time for yourself if possible, and, you know, try to do whatever it is that, you know, that makes you happy. So yeah, that's exactly it. You know, celebrate those days where, you know, we're fortunate to be, you know, you know, kind of living in this country. I mean, maybe not as much right now, but you know, to still have the ability or for us to be able to get outside and just kind of do some of this stuff. And I just thought I would kind of pop on and see what everybody had going on. So, you know, cheers to all of you guys. You know, hopefully you and your families are all staying healthy. That's the most important thing. And, you know, we'll eventually get through this stuff. So, like I said before, that's good. Yeah, healthy and full of bourbon. That's, you know, that's the one thing I've probably found myself doing, is getting to the point where you just kind of almost lose track of the days and the time. And frankly, it almost doesn't, you know, matter much anymore. I mean, not like I'm going to sit out here necessarily and get totally wasted or anything, but to be able to come outside. Hey, Dustin, how's it going, buddy? Healthy and all alone by oneself at home. All right. Well, hey, man, that's the way it goes. You know, you get to chill and, you know, just enjoy whatever it is you do. I mean, Dustin, I know you've got a nice little collection, you know, yourself. So, you know, it's one of those things. You know, that's one of the great things with this whiskey community, is that, you know, we all enjoy a nice pour, maybe a cigar once in a while. And it allows you to kind of disconnect from reality. Just sit down. It's something you can take your time with, which is the best part of it. And that's, for me, maybe it's even a little bit more of an excuse. By the time you have a cigar, you know, a good one, you're into, you know, it could be anywhere from 40 minutes, still weed for me. It's, you know, you're into, maybe depending on the size of the cigar, 40 minutes to an hour, a little over an hour. And it just lets you kind of decompress and you know, get away from all of this that we're dealing with right now. So that's the best part for me. That's what I enjoy. And if I can get outside and do this and maybe, you know, shoot the shit a little bit with you guys, that's great. So, hey, Chris, how's it going, buddy? Sorry you're at work. I know. This is all at work stuff, kind of gets in the way of us having all of the fun with our channels and stuff. So if you guys enjoy cigars, is there a brand or anything along those lines that you enjoy with a particular bourbon? Yeah, for me, you know, I like a Lancero. I mean, it's kind of like long and skinny. They do take a little while actually to kind of burn through. So you're into probably 45 minutes with some of those, but you know, a nice Maduro is nice as well. You know, so I'll smoke just about anything for the most part. So yeah, so exactly, Eric. You'll get some of those big ones, maybe a 52, 55, a 60 ring gauge that you will. I mean, you'll be into an hour plus on some of those. And that is, I mean, it's the best. It lets you figure out not only what bourbons kind of pair really well with those. Oh, all right. Well, that's fine. That's not the larceny barrel proof that you were talking about, was it? But anyway, yeah. So for me, that's a little bit of my escape, is being able to get outside, have a cigar. The wife's not, you know, overly crazy about the cigar part of it, but you know, for me, again, it's just a way for me to kind of just decompress, you know, de-stress from the. Christopher David, how's it going, buddy? I don't know if you saw the video this morning, but thank you so much again for the samples of the smoke wagon. You've sent me down the rabbit hole of buying more of them. So thank you so much for those samples. So that's it was very nice of you to send that stuff to me. So yeah, a smoke and some smoke wagon. I guess I didn't even think about the analogy there, but yeah, they do go very, very well together. So I mean, anything you can get that's got, for me, cigar wise, I like something that's got a little bit of spice to it, that's kind of creamy. You know, not something that's going to be overly earthy. I'm not a huge fan of like the big kind of earthy ones. But yeah, it's yeah. So yeah, Dustin, you'll have to get yourself some. The uncut unfiltered has gotten to when I ordered them. I guess I just didn't think it was going to be overly difficult to eventually get them, but the uncut unfiltered is completely gone. I can't get them off of anywhere right now. So I'm going to look to, once they start pumping out more of it, I'm hoping to get a little bit more of that. You can still get the small batch, and I still think for 50 bucks, 100 proof, you know, they're uncut, unfiltered. I mean, they're not doing, well, okay, not uncut, but you know, they're adding water to the 100 proof, but it's still non-chill filter is what I meant, but it's still an absolutely fantastic whiskey. So, and I think for $50, you know, that price isn't what it used to be even a couple years ago. 50 bucks, you were starting to get into a pretty decent, you know, priced, you know, bourbon. Nowadays, $50 has gotten to the point where, I mean, I hate to say it, it's almost kind of like a medium price nowadays. So $50 you don't get a whole lot for. I mean, other than oak floaties. But yeah, no, it's just, you know, that $50 price point is just, yeah, an MGP, the single barrels, all that stuff. Yeah, and there's nothing. I've got to try the Desert Jewel, so I'm on like a list of once that stuff gets to back on, if they end up doing the Desert Jewel. I'm sure they will. I think Aaron, you know, from Smoke Wagon was talking about doing some different things. So I don't actually know if the Desert Jewel will come back or not, but I know he's still planning, obviously, more of the small batch, more of the uncut, unfiltered, and he was actually talking about doing that. Yeah, so Christopher, I think you saw Jason's live that he did the other day with Aaron, and holy moly, it was, I mean, that was crazy what that Nas or whatever it was that he did. But you know, it was one of those deals where it was just ridiculous in terms of what he did to kind of swoop in there and steal the barrel basically right from that dude. Exactly, Jeffrey. I mean, that was ridiculous of what that guy did. I mean, for him to go in there, and I mean, legally what he did was actually fine without there being a purchase order. However, I mean, it was a dick move. I mean, I think we all know that. And for him to do it and then put his name on those bottles, it was kind of bullshit, that's for sure. So oh, she went out a little bit. So yeah, that was a little bit of a crazy one, that's for sure. So, you know, but hey, I think we all know, unfortunately, these are the times that we're in right now for bourbon, and people will just, I mean, they're gonna flat out do whatever they have to do to get some of these great barrels. And he's got some of the older, so he's got some of that older 12-year stuff. I mean, even those 8 and 10-year-old barrels, that's nice MGP stock right there. So I can see why a lot of people are really kind of clamoring all over the what they've got going on at Smoke Wagon. If you want a good sourced MGP, you know, bourbon, you know, definitely check out Smoke Wagon. They're doing a fantastic job. And I think for me, I'll probably try to load up a little bit on the small batch, just because it's easy to get and it's a great you know, bourbon. What's nice about it is that it's easy to sit down with. It's relatively affordable. You can sip on it. It still tastes great. And the best part is it's their 36% high rye mash bill from MGP, which for me, I'm an absolute huge fan of. So, all right, guys, unfortunately my battery is about ready to die, so I apologize. But hey, I want to say thanks for kind of popping on here. Hopefully everybody continues to stay safe out there. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we'll talk to you guys later. Cheers, and have a good rest of your weekend. Sorry about that.